Today, we're exploring the factors that shape mental illnesses, focusing on genetic and epigenetic influences. Understanding these elements is crucial for developing effective treatments and preventive strategies. Mental illnesses are influenced by many factors, with genetic and epigenetic components playing key roles. Let's break down what this means and how it impacts mental health. First, let's talk about genetics. Genetics is the study of heredity and the variation of inherited characteristics. In the context of mental illness, genetic factors involve the transmission of risk genes from parents to offspring, predisposing individuals to various psychiatric disorders. Research, including twin, family, and adoption studies, has shown substantial evidence for the genetic basis of mental illnesses. For instance, schizophrenia has a heritability of around 80%, bipolar disorder about 60 to 80%, and major depressive disorder approximately 40 to 50%. Genome-wide association studies, or GAWAS, have identified numerous genetic loci associated with mental disorders. For example, variations in the COMT gene affecting dopamine metabolism are linked to schizophrenia, while the SLC6A4 gene involved in serotonin transport is implicated in depression and anxiety disorders. Now, let's explore epigenetics. Epigenetics involves changes in gene expression that don't alter the DNA sequence, but can influence how genes are turned on or off. These changes can be triggered by environmental factors like stress, diet, and exposure to toxins. One primary epigenetic mechanism is DNA methylation, where methyl groups are added to DNA, often suppressing gene expression. Aberrant DNA methylation patterns have been observed in several mental illnesses. For instance, hypermethylation of the BDNF gene has been associated with depression. Histone modification is another key mechanism. Histones are proteins around which DNA is wound, and their modification can impact gene expression. Additionally, non-coding RNAs, like microRNAs, regulate gene expression and have been implicated in psychiatric disorders. The interplay between genetic predisposition and environmental factors, known as gene-environment interactions, is crucial in the development of mental illnesses. For example, exposure to stress and trauma can trigger epigenetic changes that increase the risk of mental disorders. Substance use can also induce epigenetic modifications, contributing to conditions like alcohol use disorder. Nutritional factors during critical periods of development can influence epigenetic programming, impacting mental health. Understanding the genetic and epigenetic foundations of mental illness can inform personalized treatment strategies. Genetic and epigenetic profiles can help tailor treatments to individual patients, improving therapeutic outcomes and reducing adverse effects. Early interventions for individuals at high genetic risk can mitigate the severity or onset of mental illnesses. Public health initiatives that address environmental risk factors, such as reducing exposure to toxins and improving nutrition, can help prevent the onset of mental illnesses. The genetic and epigenetic contributions to mental illness are complex and multifaceted. Advances in research have provided significant insights into the biological foundations of psychiatric disorders, highlighting the interplay between genes and the environment. Understanding these contributions is essential for developing more effective treatments and preventive strategies, ultimately improving mental health outcomes. Thank you for learning about the genetic and epigenetic factors of mental health. Stay informed, stay healthy.